Rick and Morty is now gearing up for the penultimate episode of the 6th season, and fans have gotten the first look at what to expect from episode 9 with a new teaser that premiered after this week's latest episode.
What?
If you haven't seen episode 8 or my breakdown of it, I highly recommend checking that out as soon as you can. Possibly my favorite episode of the season thus far. The 6th season of the series has been dramatically different than the last few seasons because not only has it spent more time exploring the overall canon of the show, something it doesn't do all too often, but it has also spent some time looking deep into each of its characters. With the newest episode showing a new side of Rick, there are many questions as to how the final 2 episodes of the season will play out. If we're going off of what we have already seen in past seasons, I'm assuming that episode 9 will be another episodical episode, followed by a canon-heavy finisher in the 10th episode. Will the softer side of Rick that we discovered in Analyze Piss come out in the 10th episode, or will we see Rick do what he's always done and fuck up because he's so abrasive? I'm very excited to see what happens in these next 2 episodes, let me tell ya! Rick and Morty Season 6 has been taking a look at Rick's god complex over the course of the season as a whole, and it has forced Morty to look at himself in new ways too. The next episode of the series seems to be poised to showcase Morty in a new way, once more as he's been offered into a new society of knights that will likely launch a wild new kind of adventure that's hard to predict. This kinda has me curious to see if now Morty will reflect on his own ways, just like how Rick did in Analyze Piss. Could episodes 8 and 9 be set up for episode 10, giving us a story that changes the Rick and Morty dynamic forever? We'll just have to see. Episode 9 of Rick and Morty Season 6 is titled A Rick in King Mortar's Court, and airs on Adult Swim on Sunday, December 4th at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. As the promo for the episode teases, Morty is granted entry into the Knights of the Sun after being offered a mysterious sword. Morty's hesitant to take it, likely because he knows it will be sparking some kind of new adventure, and well, also Rick literally tells him it kinda sounds boring.
I know how they're dressed and how boring this sounds. You take that sword, you're gonna get sucked into a whole complicated... Oh!
Rick is typically right about these kind of things, as we've learned in the past. It seems like we'll be seeing Morty take this on in the next episode, and I'm excited to see another Morty-centric episode this season. Speaking of which, do you think the effects of episode 2 have set up something here for Morty? To recap episode 2 of season 6, Morty lost a small percentage of himself in the form of Marta, a video game character in the Roy machine at Blips and Chits. Morty got split into all of the characters in the game, and unfortunately Rick was unable to get all of them out. With Marta being left behind, I think she represents the part of Morty that stands up for himself, because we see him submit to Rick's will pretty easily in the rest of the episode. Could episode 9 be all about Morty rediscovering that aspect of his character that has since been lost this season? Will Marta find some way out of the Roy machine? And will we see all of this affect the overall canon of the show moving into the season 6 finale? Wow, that was a lot of questions. What are you expecting in the last few episodes of Rick and Morty season 6? Leave me something about it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, Space Cowboy.